Fox Carolina Weather. Weather Rate's certified most accurate local forecast.
More melting and refreezing will happen today, but we have to start watching Friday. I know it's only Tuesday, so we've got a ways to go here, but there's another storm that could bring us more winter weather, even here for the upstate. Now, the models are still fairly uncertain. We'll go back and forth between a couple of them for you, but we have to look at the end of the week. For now, let's tune into this morning. It's 17 degrees in Waynesville, 24 for Asheville, 19 degrees in Hendersonville, just frigid cold. Here in the upstate, we've mainly got mid-20s to low 30s across the area, so it is cool enough for, of course, all areas that saw melting yesterday to have frozen again overnight. Sky conditions are clear, not just locally, but all the way across the southeast, so it's feeling pretty good. The wind is calming down, many areas fully calm. Asheville, Clemson, Anderson, 5 to 10 miles per hour for the wind, and that's around where it should stay for most of your day. In the upstate, we do have chilly conditions even with that sunshine. Highs get to 46 degrees, so this is below average, but still warmer than it's been. So you'll be able to actually see more melting today, maybe even get out for a nice walk. It'll stay slushy in the mountains, of course, as we have high of just 42 degrees. A little bit more melting than yesterday as expected because yesterday didn't get out of the 30s. So we should have decent conditions into the afternoon. But yet again, black ice becomes possible tonight. The sky stays clear, the wind light, and temperatures into the 20s for everyone. So more refreeze is expected if it doesn't fully dry. Now, today's sunshine will be taken over by clouds by tomorrow, but most of the day on Wednesday looks to stay dry, even some sun getting through. The Tennessee line will start to see some rain showers Wednesday evening. That pushes into the upstate late Wednesday night into early Thursday. And then Thursday, while it does stick with some rain and possible wintry mix in the mountains for the early and midday parts of the day, it'll dry out in the afternoon. Friday, that's the real day to watch. There will be colder air settling in behind this Thursday system. So as Friday moisture moves in, we actually could see it start as snow in the mountains, wintry mix in the northern upstate, and then rain in the southern upstate. But again, staying chilly on Friday. We could see wintry mix to snow almost everywhere. It doesn't look to be as big of a system as what we just saw, but still could add to some road concern by Friday afternoon. The American model separately is showing a little bit later of an onset, staying dry through Friday morning, and then getting into some snow and wintry mix into the afternoon. The later onset would mean the day would have a little bit more of a chance to get above freezing, so we may have less of a threat, but still some snow is possible as we get into the end of the week, according to two separate computer models. We're going to keep watching them closely for you. Today 42, tomorrow 44, then it's chillier on Thursday in the mountains as that wintry mix starts to build in. The upstate actually climbs a little to 50 degrees tomorrow, sun and clouds, 47 on Thursday with showers, and then 30s stick around Friday with wintry mix to light snowfall. Now we want to get to your weather camera, sponsored by Harley-Davidson of Greenville. For those riding today, I'd say try to tuck in one more day. It's definitely going to be a little bit milder tomorrow, and the roads will have gotten a little more improved. Still some dicey spots out there. So with that, we want to check in with Chris.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it. Yeah, we are seeing folks getting out, and accidents are starting to mount up a little bit. So if you don't have to go anywhere today, please don't. I know a lot of folks have to get back to work, but take it easy, take your time. Plenty of ice-coated roadways all across the area, so please be careful. We have an accident around the Highlands Highway 28, Lake Jamaica Road up in the just north of Walhalla, south of Issaquah Falls. So if you're in that area, watch out. Maybe some icy spots in that area. Masters Boulevard around Homeland Park, another crash there in Anderson. We still haven't found out about injuries on that one at all. Lane blocked up still at Gear Highway, northern Greenville County 276, Echo Drive right near Caesar's Head, and in Spartanburg County, a lane blocked, and we're seeing a lot of heavy traffic right now. It looks like on Southport Road right near Matthew Perry Parkway. Travel conditions at exit 63. This is Highway 290. 85 north and southbound lanes again are moving. They are pretty dry on the interstates. Getting there is a whole different story. So please take your time and be extra careful. Lots of black ice out there today.
We're going to be in a seller's market for decades. Decades.
You heard it there first. Experts are saying there's no end in sight when it comes to Greenville's booming real estate market. The city continues to consistently top the list for relocation destinations, but supply is struggling to keep up with demand, and that's an issue, and leaving some people house hunting for months. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle's live in downtown Greenville with one buyer's experience. Grace.
Well, you know, downtown, this is really the big draw. This is what people see when Greenville makes all of those top 10 lists, but it's getting very hard to find a house close to downtown. So many people have been moving here over recent years, 5,000 in the last 5 years to this city alone, that, you know, looking for your dream home could become a nightmare. Now, we met up with the Daltons. The husband and wife decided to retire from work out in San Francisco and get to the southeast. It's closer to their kids and grandchildren, and it's just a less of a cost of living. They said they couldn't find a house here at first, so they bought an apartment downtown. 6 months later and several failed offers later, things finally worked out. Russell says the cost of living and Southern hospitality drew them in. Despite the challenges, they say they couldn't be happier.
There's not been one moment of regret. I'm sure something will tick us off at some point in time, where we're still in the honeymoon phase, and we just love it here, and I would say we both have agreed this was the best move we've made in our entire lives.
And one of the big draws for the Daltons was the festival scene here in Greenville, Fall for Greenville, Euphoria. Those events regularly put the city on top of top 10 list. And we know that South Carolina, and specifically Greenville, it is a big market for retirees like the Daltons, not just younger families moving in. So a lot of different factors at play here. And that all plays into why there's not enough housing to go around. So we'll get into that coming up in the next 30 minutes. Ashley?
Grace, we thank you so much. Let's talk about what's new at 6. Some of the nation's largest airlines is asking the Biden administration to delay the implement of 5G technology near airports. Representatives are asking the administration for, quote, immediate intervention as the plan rolled out, or the rollout rather, is expected to start tomorrow. Well, the airlines are warning of dire transportation and economic consequences, fearing that 5G signals will interfere with aviation technology, as well as travelers and supply chains. And speaking of airports, advanced facial recognition used at airports, Customs and Border Patrol is getting a second look over usage concerns. Now, it's raising bipartisan concerns by 2 U.S. senators on data use and potential violations of privacy. Republican Missouri Senator Roy Blunt wants U.S. citizens inside the country to be able to opt out of recognition at airports. Blunt and Democratic Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley have written a letter to U.S. Customs asking for answers by next month.
In this morning's Money Watch, Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse.
And Target's boss says inflation may keep shoppers away from the stores. Jane King is live in New York City following these stories for us and more. Jane, good morning.
Hi, good morning. That's right. So the head of Target says American consumers are likely to dial back on trips to the stores and restaurants as inflation continues to be an issue. Now, Brian Cornell said the rising price of gasoline and increased cost of everyday goods should prompt Americans to seek cheaper alternatives. He says we'll know a lot more about how consumers are dealing with inflation over the next 2 to 3 months. Well, Netflix quietly raised prices as we went into the long holiday weekend. Netflix's basic plan rose by $1 to $9.99 a month. Now, the standard U.S. subscription now is $15.49 a month. That's up from $13.99, and the premium plan up by $2 to $19.99 a month. Walmart appears to be venturing into the metaverse with plans to create its own cryptocurrency and a collection of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Now, the retailer filed several new trademarks last month that indicates that it intends to sell virtual goods like electronics and home decorations, toys, sporting goods, personal care. And then in a separate filing, it said it would offer a virtual currency as well as NFTs. Now, Ralph Lauren CEO says the metaverse is a way to tap into a younger generation of shoppers. And the Dow down 200 points on Friday. Bank stocks led things lower this morning. We're looking 250 points down for the start today. We've seen a spike up in interest rates, and oil prices are up this morning as well. Live from New York, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Okay, Jane, we thank you so much for all those updates.